Hey everyone, what's up? Just got done watching the Lomachenko versus Devin Haney fight, and what can I say? Let's just get the obvious out of the way for those who know boxing, those who aren't part of a proxy race war and all this other nonsense that goes on in today's sport of boxing. But the ESPN commentary, per usual, was trash. You know what I'm saying? It was straight up trash. They're always busy trying to sell you the narrative and the story of a fight instead of just calling the fight. HBO started doing this as well, and I think it hurt them. ESPN, they are who they are, and boxing is what it is today. Now, I'm just going to cut to the chase. I scored this fight, and we're just going to give you the rounds that did and could have gone to Lomachenko. And, you know, it'll pretty much sum this up. The only rounds that I think, other than rounds 10, 11, which were the only clear Lomachenko rounds that you could have given Lomachenko, where you can honestly say those are definitely Lomachenko rounds. The only other rounds you could have given Lomachenko, again, I'm not mad if Devin Haney fans gave Devin Haney these rounds, and I'm not mad if Lomachenko fans gave Lomachenko these rounds. But other than rounds 10 and 11, again, which were the only clear Lomachenko rounds, you could have given Lomachenko round 3, round 7, and round 8. In my opinion. Again, those were very close rounds, and they were very swing rounds. Especially round 3, you know what I'm saying? You could have given either of those guys that rounds, but the ESPN, we see this all the time and time again, especially Lomachenko. We have to do what we can to make Lomachenko be so great and everything else. You know what I'm saying? We got to protect him. You know, we might press charges for Devin Haney trying to sell the fight. I don't even need to go into this. It's so annoying with Lomachenko. But other than rounds, again, 3, 7, 8, and of course he got rounds 10 and 11. Other than those rounds, I don't think you could have given Lomachenko any other round, to be quite honest with you. They were not calling out Devin Haney's consistent jab and body work. Again, he was landing some nice counter moves. He took away Lomachenko's sidestep. Again, this made Lomachenko a guy who could only close the distance. In our prediction video, we accurately told you guys that Devin Haney fights like a young man and has a mindset of a young man. You know, he tries to sweep all the rounds, and this is why he tires in the back half of the fight. We also told you that this will be Lomachenko's greatest opportunity to get the knockout if he did get the knockout. It played out exactly how we pretty much said it was going to go. Devin Haney, in my opinion, it was about round 7 where you can see he finally let off the gas, which is a good thing, which was a good thing in my opinion. I've seen him in worse condition in other fights. Like I said, he likes to sweep the rounds. He has not understood the rule of measuring yourself. He's like a young snake. He's like a young scorpion. They will blow their entire load. You understand? Just like any old young man that is full of testosterone, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to get into other analogies. We all remember when we were young how we like to do it, you know what I'm saying? But this fight, he actually did show a little bit, I would say, a little bit maturity in this fight. Round 7, I saw him again. He took it off. Round 8, again, he wasn't going all out like we're used to usually seeing him do it. Round 9, I believe he got that round back after losing 2 consecutive rounds, potentially, you know. Again, those rounds 7 and 8, in my opinion, were still very close, but round 9, I think he landed the more consistent work with the jab body work again. ESPN commentary was just not calling it. I think they tried to make this more controversial than it needed to be. I'm pretty sure tomorrow when I look on YouTube, there's going to be people that say that Lomachenko was robbed and they're racist and biased against Eastern Europeans, that whole type deal again, when it just wasn't the case. I think the judges' scorecards were very accurate. Again, the rounds that I called out, in my opinion, are the only rounds you could have given Lomachenko in this fight. Of course, rounds 10 and 11 being the only clear rounds where you could easily see that those were definitely Lomachenko rounds. But again, rounds 3, 7, and 8, again, weren't that clear. Round 9, again, you could have counted that as a swing round as well. I think Devin Haney, again, had the more consistent work. He did a lot better job just measuring himself and things like that. Again, we told you in our prediction video that Floyd Mayweather, he was a master at bagging the first 3 or 4 rounds, then he'd take the middle rounds off, and then he bags the championship rounds. Devin Haney, he did far better than what I've seen him in the past in that aspect. You're not going to sweep all the rounds, you understand. You got to take some rounds off. Devin Haney's defense was real good too. Again, they were going crazy with ConcuBox and things like that. I'm watching Lomachenko miss. Yes, he's throwing these nice flashy combinations and things like that. But again, Devin Haney didn't fall for the trick bag stuff that Lomachenko gets away with other opponents. Again, you can also give credit to Devin Haney's own athleticism, athletic ability, coordination, those types of things. Typically, Loma's fighting guys that aren't that athletically gifted, you know what I'm saying? And they fall for that trip bag stuff, and they do bend into the mental pressure. The 12th round, again, there's no way anybody could have given that round to Lomachenko. Again, ESPN commentary was trying to say that was such a close round. It was not. Devin Haney, again, consistent jab, consistent body work, again, with the occasional left or overhand right counters that he was landing in multiple rounds in this fight. Again, ESPN, they would not call this stuff out. And sometimes when Devin Haney would land some shots, they'd give Lomachenko the credit for that stuff. And, luckily, I've learned how to still watch a fight objectively while, these commentators do this stuff. All networks do it, whether it's PBC, HBO used to do it very badly. Jim Lampley literally would just call stuff that does not happen. I remember as the rounds were going on, they asked what's his name's opinion after the 4th round, and he added 3 rounds to 1. You know what I'm saying? He gave the 3rd round to Lomachenko. But again, they went a whole segment away until basically got to championship rounds before they went to the scorecards again. And this is when they tried to push their little influence on the viewers. You know what I'm saying? Again, Lomachenko did do pretty good in the second half of the fight, but it's the typical Lomachenko. He just does not put enough gas and stuff. Takes him too long to download. You know what I'm saying? He did this in the Salido fight. He wasn't that very active, wasn't really trying to do nothing. Against Teofimo, we all saw it there. And in here, he did a little bit better of just applying more gas early on. But again, you pretty much did the same thing that you've done in all the fights that you've lost. It's the same pattern. It's the same tendency that you displayed early on in your career, even to now. This is a big blow for the Lomachenko fans because, again, just like ESPN and a lot of people, they want to create greats. And they want these guys to have their cake and eat it too. You know what I'm saying? We want to put Lomachenko above guys like Floyd Mayweather and stuff like that. But you haven't even done what a Mickey Garcia's done. And I'm not a Mickey Garcia fan, guys. You haven't even done what a Shane Mosley has done. Why do you get to leapfrog those guys? But we're here saying that you would have beat Floyd and all these other guys at like 135 when that's not even close to being the truth. Again, you lost to a Teofimo Lopez. You lost to a Salido. Again, you have this great amateur background, but those 300 or however many amateur fights didn't get you to an old Salido who was at the end of his career. Again, it's always crying and excuses from Lomachenko fans, which is what I'm expecting. I'm not even going to go on YouTube after I upload this video and see what people are saying, but there was nothing controversial about this fight again. There was nothing controversial about the Teofimo Lopez fight, and there wasn't nothing controversial about the Salido fight either. I know people don't want to hear that, but Lomachenko has made it a trademark to always cry when he gets hit with body shots, and he cries like he acts like he got hit in the balls. That tactic was not effective tonight. He didn't even do it, you know what I'm saying? He couldn't do it because, the ref was on point. He was easily informing the fighters what are dirty blows and what are not, and warning the fighters and things like that. Very good job from the ref tonight. Other than too much breaking up, I'm sure Lomachenko would have enjoyed being able to have more time on the inside and make it a little rough for Devin Haney. But again, Devin Haney, he kept his poise and he did a very good job. In fact, Lomachenko was consistently getting knocked to the ground and things like that. Again, he's not as high ring IQ as Lomachenko, but he knows enough, and due to his athleticism and size, he did quite well against Lomachenko and his bag of tricks. Again, nothing controversial about this fight. I believe the judges definitely got this fight right. There is no evil agenda against Eastern Europeans that I've heard from in the past from these types of fight fans that grace the internet today. It was just a good win for Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? I had it very similar to the judges again. We can do a film study if people want to see this. We can easily go over this fight and other Lomachenko fights for all you conspiracy theorists that want to act like they once again screwed over the Eastern European fighter. Good fight for Devin Haney. To me, it's just funny. I remember back in the day, I got into a big fight with Ring IQ about this very matchup. And again, we've always kept it a buck on any fighter. I've been labeled a racist by white boxing fight fans and Hispanic boxing fans and black fight fans. We just keep it a buck on this channel, guys. We never sugarcoated anything, and we don't play the popularity contest on this channel. You know what I'm saying? We just don't play that type of stuff. We just call it how we see it. And again, I think our prediction was pretty accurate, and we definitely got the fight flow accurate. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney, he did a little bit better. He did mature in this fight, but it's very good for him. He got to beat the guy that everybody wants to act like is Ali and all this other stuff. So it's going to shake up the trend that's been going on in boxing for a while. You know, Devin Haney definitely deserves top 5 pound for pound, however you guys want to cut it. A very young kid, he's already undisputed. He went in the backyard of what's his name and earned those belts. You understand, people used to call him the email champion and all this other stuff. He's now proven that he is definitely the undisputed champion in this division. You know, he's fought some pretty decent guys. Again, people used to talk crap about his resume and things like that, but he's really shown everybody up. This is why I say you never bring your fighters up on matchmaking like they do to so many fighters today. The pressure was on Devin Haney as being the younger guy and the betting underdog in this fight, because of course people are betting on the hype of Lomachenko and all that. ESPN again tried their best to sell a narrative to the viewers and things like that. It didn't work on the judges again. This fight was pretty easy to score in my opinion, other than those rounds that I told you. Again, this is just what they do in boxing today. But it's funny, the guy who had all the pressure on him, you know, is the younger guy and the guy who's supposed to lose. And, you know, their proverbial Ali and whoever else, Floyd Mayweather, guy better than Floyd Mayweather, he once again falls short, you know. And this is a guy in a 1,000-meter sprint was put on the 50-meter mark, you know, and you're still coming up short, especially to these younger fighters. Ali, I believe he was 22 when he beat Sonny Liston. He was actually 21, maybe a couple days prior to when he beat Sonny Liston. So you're talking about a dude who barely just turned 22 and was pulling some stuff like this. That's what you make comparable to Ali. You don't compare a guy who's been assisted in every way, shape, and form in his career, even punch stats. I can get into this so deeply, and again, I'm going to have people in my comments section tell me that I'm a racist and I don't like Eastern European fighters and crap like that. That is not the truth. You guys tell yourselves what you have to feel better about yourselves. My channel's been dead accurate on Lomachenko. You go in the prediction video, I left the link to our Teofimo Lopez versus Lomachenko prediction, and we broke it down like no other on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? That's just what we do on this channel. You know, we'll come out with more videos later, guys. Pride Month is coming up. So I do have to come with a non-boxing video here shortly. We have to warn people about Pride Month and how it's disrespectful to our Lord. So we will be coming on with a video on that here pretty shortly. Good job for Devin Haney, you know, as a young man, dealing with all that pressure and everything else, also having to sell the fight while the other guy didn't really do nothing to sell the fight. You know, it's only going to help him in the end. You know what I'm saying? He still needs to tweak his measuring. Again, you do not have to sweep rounds. You know, it's a thinking man's sport. it's not a battle of will, you understand, and zeal and things like that. Like a Floyd Mayweather, you know, you can make it easier on yourself. Bag those first few rounds, you know, first 3 or 4. Let your opponent think he's doing something middle rounds, you know what I'm saying? And then just make sure that you bag those championship rounds. To me, he stepped up big time in the 12th round, and that was a clear Devin Haney round in the 12th. So a good stamp, you know, you had a good start. You had a questionable middle fight, you know what I'm saying? I think he still pulled through when he needed to pull through. Good experience, and again, adds to his maturity. It's only going to help him later on in his career. He's doing a lot of things, you know, that pressure that they don't even put on guys that they hype up today, you understand? You know, he's definitely playing that role where, you know, the pressure's on him and he's still coming through. A lot of people, they can't handle that today and in this particular time frame of boxing. But we will talk to you guys later. You guys have a good night. Bye.